Hey guys, Chin here from Pokemon Trainer Shion. Today we're going to be doing another video today. Today we're going to see if this fake Pokemon Green cartridge can work on an N64 transfer pack. Will it work? So, a little bit of context. This is a fake Pokemon Green cartridge. Now, Pokemon Green never came out here in the United States. The only 3 games that we got from Generation 1 was Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, and then Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Yellow was a patch of Pokemon Red and Blue. So that way it was better, no lag, and also you got, a Pikachu sprite. Which was, fun. Everybody loved Pikachu. You can actually interact with it. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're actually going to see if this can actually work on a Nintendo 64 transfer pack. Now, the only way for this to work is actually we need to buy, or not buy, but use a Pokemon Stadium cartridge. Now, you can buy this at Amazon, you can buy this at your local flea market, but altogether, you should have it. It should work through and through. Now, this is very important because what this does is transfers the ROM from the actual Game Boy cartridge into the Nintendo 64 transfer pack, which goes into the Pokemon Stadium game. You can play against your friend playing Pokemon Stadium, or you can actually play Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow on on the N64. I don't know if it works on Green, especially with the Japanese cartridges. These may not be region free, and we may get that into another video. But I just want to see, will this work? Alrighty, now we're starting off. We got Pokemon Blue in the transfer pack loading up to Pokemon Stadium on the Nintendo 64. Firing it up to the Game Boy Tower and see if it loads up the game cartridge. Alrighty, get a nice little display. Now let's see the introduction of the Game Boy screen. Seems to be looking up pretty fine. Seems to be loading up pretty fine. I didn't mean to butcher my words like that. Alrighty. It immediately turns to Pokemon Blue screen. Nice. Game Freak. That's very nostalgic. Alrighty, looks like we got the introduction of Jigglypuff versus Gengar. I keep thinking of Clefairy for some reason. I am so sorry. But yeah, seems to be going great. And look at that. Already, Pokemon Blue version. Man, I love the Pokemon logo. It looks so vibrant. Alright, now we gotta see if it actually loads the game. That's very important. Alrighty, sees my data. Now, let's turn on the game. Immediately, I'm in Vermilion City, about to go up against Lieutenant Surge. About to head out to the gym right now. I call this one a success. I'm able to actually load up the game. And pausing right here seems pretty good. Let's try Pokemon Green on the other hand. So this one is the bootleg version. I had to stress that. Now we're going to see if it does the exact same test. Alrighty, onto the GB Tower. Oh, there we go. Alrighty, now it's time to load up the actual cartridge itself. Alrighty, we got the boot up screen ready to go. Now let's see if it actually goes into the Game Freak logo. Alrighty, looks like we got the Game Freak logo ready up and good to go. I've been seeing a lot of alreadys over here. I'm so sorry. Sweet. I didn't like how Gengar looked kind of glitchy right there. That may be a problem. I'm a little worried. Let's see. It failed. Okay, that is very interesting. I never actually had that happen. Let's try this again. We're gonna reset the console right now. Let's see if it happens again. So let it load up to the original Nintendo Stadium, Pokemon Stadium game. Press start. Yeah, my data's still on there. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually failed, but everything seems to be working fine. Let's try this one more time, putting it in the Game Boy Tower. Alrighty, loads up just fine. Let's see. Load up screen or boot screen looks fine. Again, back to Pokemon Blue. That is interesting. It didn't actually turn green. Game Freak logo. Gengar looking like he's seen better days. Alright, maybe this will actually load up the game. Again, it actually failed again. Alrighty, so we are finally back into the office, I mean, it makes a lot of sense now why this was able to work with such precision, but this one failed at the load up screen. Now, if we really want to think about this, this is just able to just transfer the data from these cartridges to the actual game on Pokemon Coliseum. So this one, what it does, it has its own Game Boy CPU, which is nothing like anything else I've seen so far. It is not like the SNES. It's not like these and the not the mini Game Boy, the Game Boy Pocket. This one has its own proprietary CPU, and it derives from the original Game Boy, I guess, if that makes sense. So it just takes the data from this to load it up onto the screen. Now it makes sense that this is able to read the original ROM of this one because it's designed to read only these type of cartridges. So when it comes to these cartridges, you're not able to read it at all because when it loads up the introduction, that is the original source. However, when you load up to the title screen, it fails because there is an actual text change. If you saw on the screen, there was nothing on it, but we can actually show it on the Game Boy too. So if you look right here, it looks like the Game Boy, when it loaded up right here, it kind of looks like you can just see Pokemon Green. I know the light is not going to be very great, but you can barely see it. It says the word green, and the N kind of looks like an R, but it's not. It's an N. It generally looks like an N. So that makes a lot of sense as to why these won't load up. And it may also be the same case as well for any reproduction cartridges that are out in the market as well. Because they're not the original source. They're probably from a third-party vendor. So it makes sense why, Pokemon and Nintendo are cracking down to make sure these aren't out in circulation. But, it is. I got my hand on one. This has been around for ages. You can also tell as well by right here. Let me get the light on it. You can barely see it, but it says Game Boy. Usually newer types of reproduction cartridges are going to say the word game. That's it, just the word game. Rather, on these ones, this one says Nintendo Game Boy right there. So I have a lot of these fake cartridges, and yes, these are fake. I will continue calling these fake because these are not sold or licensed by Nintendo themselves. The ROMs may be it, but that's not the case with the overall cartridge and the way of selling them. Well, that does it for today's videos, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this is another educational video that you can watch for yourselves and actually take note of as well. Other than that, I'm Pokemon Trainer Shion. You guys like what you see? Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you guys know when I upload future videos. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.